There he goes. Frankomatic here. Heads will roll. We're finishing this today. There is an ending we can get that I have not gotten that requires no more fighting. That is the one I'm going to go for. Because it is an ending I would otherwise probably not bother to get again. Let's heal ourselves up, though. We are in kind of a bad way. I just said there's no more required fighting, but I'd rather not be, you know, dying. And if I don't go for this ending, we're going to be at this for another, like, month and a half, probably. So, what we need to do is waste some time. Broke my shield, and I'm sad about it. Do I still have the, we do. Let's put this on, just for fun. Just for a laugh. Yeah, there we go. Put those away. Anyways, we just need to waste time, so let's train up. While staying at the de Chatillon estate, you receive news that the local lords are hosting a series of tournaments in which noble warriors are invited to partake. Rich rewards are promised to the winners. So that is something we could do. We could go to this tournament. I don't think I have anything on me that can be disqualified, so maybe we can do that. Have one last battle. We need to rest, though. Yeah, you know what, why not? Let's have one last fight to end this out. You arrive at the tournament venue. Although you are not knighted, the quality of your equipment leaves no doubt that you truly belong to the noble class. You are allowed to participate in the tournament under the moniker Mysterious Knight. No poison stuff, you can get wounded, but you can't die. Let's go. Let's give it a shot. He's a paragon. I recall he's also pretty dang strong. Yeah, he's probably going to kick our ass, but, you know, it's whatever, right? 0% chance. Yeah, we got, like, no chance for any of this to work. Yeah, that worked on 20%, I guess. Why not? Is he wearing? Oh, heavy. Oh no, our armor is damaged now. They did do a patch that allows these guys to theoretically recover their stamina with respite. Or their fatigue, rather. Let's see if that ends up happening. I don't think we've got any real shot at winning this. I'm pretty sure this guy's gonna absolutely obliterate me. But might as well give it a shot. Oh, swap into his sword, alright. And got me right in the neck. That's cool. Go to offensive stance and try off with your head again. Alright, never mind, we win. You achieve a brilliant victory. Prestige increased by 5. 400 florins received. You also had to pick a reward of your choice. Oh, I didn't have an achievement for doing that, huh? Alright. Yeah, tarot card, the Death. You survive a killing blow once per fight. Covers half your maximum HP. Alright, does a lot of stuff. How about the Devil? What's this one do? Each kill regains health. Lowers virtue. And the Tower. Let's just take the Death. Why not? No, this is wrong. Let's get our armor fixed, even though there's not really any need to do so. I would just feel better with it fixed. And the only thing we need to do to get the ending I'm aiming for is have 1,000 florins in our inventory, hence why I'm not really spending much. You know, we could hire a squad and all that again. There's no need to. Especially now that I've done the last fight I plan on doing. During your stay at the Chatillon Senate, you're accommodated in the guest wing of the mansion, which is almost filled to capacity with more than a dozen other guests, all kinds of doctors, physicians, healers, and alchemists, who, judging by their accents and appearance, have come from all over Europe. Not having much interest in their affairs, you don't pay much attention to this motley rabble, preferring to focus on preparing for the upcoming journey. Until one day you unexpectedly witness a scene that you least expected to see. In one of the quarters of the guest wing, a passionate argument breaks out between two very particular ladies. Very familiar to you. We can't do this to him. I don't know about you, but I took an oath that I would make the final fight for the life of each of my patients, even in the face of imminent death. And I intend to stand in the way of this death until I run out of strength to do this. I took an oath. I intend to stand. I will fight. It seems to me it would not hurt you to think less about yourself and more about those for whom you are called here. The poor fellow is doomed, and all I offer is to relieve him from the burden of terrible suffering, and his father from the poison of false hopes. Every day you extend his life will bring this unfortunate man only a new portion of meaningless torment, and all in order to quench the thirst of your ego with his pain. You will suffer so that you and all those hypocritical peacocks who come running here at the jingle of coins can wash their hands of it and shrug their shoulders and say they did everything they could. And they remain true to their meaningless oaths. Sometimes death can be cheated, but this is not the case. Sometimes the only way to truly help a person is to let him die. You're not suggesting we let him die. You want to kill him. You want me to kill him. Semantics. I won't help you. I save lives, not take them. And today I'll tell Signor de Chatillon to put you out of the gate. I was about to leave myself. There are few things in this world I love more than money, but profiting from hopelessly ill people is not in my nature. In this area, as I see it, there's already some very serious competition. If my services are not needed here, then I always have somewhere to go. Well, good riddance. Having exhausted the conversation, the girls disperse in opposite directions. Talk to Cecilia. Eric, there's someone I didn't expect to see here. What are you doing here? Let me guess. Are you really the same mercenary that Signor de Chatillon was waiting for from Paris? Honestly speaking, even under Cambrai, it became clear to me that much can be expected from you, but I'm still impressed. The times I meekly obeyed someone's orders are gone. Now the rich people line up in front of me to pay me for my services. I am the master of my own destiny. I'm glad to see this. I'm even more glad to see you safe and sound. Well, as you might have guessed, I'm also here at the invitation of Bernard de Chatillon. He probably told you about what happened to his youngest son. Yes, he mentioned that the situation is dire. I would like to say this is not so, but there really are few prospects. We tried all imaginable and conceivable methods of treatment, but as you can see, we did not achieve success. So now we, for the most part, are looking for a way to somehow alleviate Henri's suffering rather than cure him. There is hope, albeit tiny, that over time the disease may recede on its own. Such cases are known, although extremely rare. But if a miracle doesn't happen, then the poor guy's not going to make it. Yeah, apparently, the atmosphere here is not the most cheerful. Oh, don't even mention it. At first, when I just arrived here, Henri's treatment was carried out by a small group of reputable doctors. Real professionals, including several maestros from whose books I myself once studied. But as time passed and Henri got worse, Bernard began to gradually lose faith in real medicine and increasingly seek help from, how do I put it mildly, charlatans. Dubious healers, semi-literate herbalists, idiotic bloodletters, and now rogue alchemists. Not surprising that with such doctors, even a perfectly healthy person can easily kick the bucket, let alone someone who is already barely clinging to life. What's even worse, all this rabble willing to kill for a couple of extra florins immediately quarrel amongst themselves, turning the rescue of poor Henri into some kind of perverted competition where the main task is not to aid the sick, but to gain the trust of Signor de Chatillon, while making sure that all your colleagues fall out of his favor. They eavesdrop and spy on each other and attempt to appropriate any valuable idea, and any carelessly spoken word is immediately reported to Bernard. Sounds like a total nightmare. Exactly. Feels like I'm in some kind of jar with spiders. I'm not sure I have the strength to stay here for long. The only thing that still keeps me here is my promise to Bernard that I will make a potion that will help alleviate Henri's suffering. Can I help? In a couple of days I'm sailing to Outremer, but if I can help during this time, just tell me. I'm at your service. I've missed your gallantry, Eric. I'm afraid there's not much to help with here. The potion requires saffron, and that's a damn rare thing. Bernard tried, at my request, to buy a pinch from the Avignon city pharmacist, but this greedy scoundrel named a sum that was completely ruinous, even for de Chatillon. As I understood, once upon a time, Bernard stole several profitable transactions from under his nose, and now the pharmacist is trying to get even with him. Anyway, we ended up having to order saffron all the way from Italy, so all we can do now is wait for it to finally arrive. They promised to deliver on the second half of next month. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm not a trade expert, but the closest place to get this saffron of yours is Avignon, and why don't we get it in Avignon? But the pharmacist... I'll take care of the pharmacist. If he's not interested in gold, I'll offer him some steel. No blood. The last thing de Chatillon needs is a repeat of the Renal story. We're not in the fields under Cambrai here. I understand that you are a man of the sword, but I don't need the services of a brigand. I'm ready to let you resolve the issue using non-standard methods, but only on the condition that none of the residents of Avignon go to the other world in the process. Okay. Great, then listen. To help us, Cecilia developed a plan for the Avignon robbery, secretly entering the pharmacist's residence on the outskirts of the city and stealing his saffron supplies from there. And also, in order to cover up traces, snatching other valuable ingredients and expensive medicines. Contemplating the plan, you note that its success will depend almost entirely on your stealth. Therefore, you should definitely leave any bulky armor or weapons behind and go out on a job packed as light as possible. So we're going to want to take off this and this. And this. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. To Avignon. Your armor's still getting bulky. Okay, fine. Take off everything. Head towards Avignon. You gotta just let me do this? Can I just put all this back on now? No. Go anyway. Then reach Avignon, you set up an observation position not far from the pharmacist's residence, blah blah blah. After waiting until midnight, you secretly approach the residence and successfully get inside. You manage to find saffron and fill your bag to the top. Everything goes like clockwork. But at the very last moment, luck fails and you accidentally hit some large decorative vase with your weapon, which immediately falls to the floor. Whoops. The entire residence is to wake up. Run. As a result, you manage to get out safely, but this great spring consumes all your strength. As you make your way back towards dawn, you catch the dawn almost halfway. Enjoying the weather and whistling a song, you were thinking of what to do with your bag full of loot. Chuck it. Despite the controversy around the pharmacist's residence, you decide to preserve at least some remnants of honor and get rid of the loot by throwing the bag into the nearest ditch, where it'll probably be picked up by some traveler or local peasant. Everything is going well, and the return journey goes without incident. Exactly until your path is suddenly blocked by a group of gangster-looking ragamuffins who appear from the roadside bushes and demand something very specific from you. The bag of loot you brought from Avignon. As you try to understand where the bandits got such concrete information, blah blah blah, they surround you, and now it's time to fight, with no armor. These guys are luckily very trash, though. Alright, we're extremely tired. That's not good. And I didn't buy any water or anything, so this might end up being the end of us. Whoops. Once we get ourselves back up a bit here, we can, probably defend ourselves a little more reasonably. If we can last long enough, this fight should probably end on its own. Or we might just die. What an end that would be. the shield block there sucks. Looking like this isn't going to end automatically for me. I'm going to have to actually take these guys out. Or die, I guess. Stuck to my guns and just gone for wasting time and not doing any of this other stuff to get to the ending a little faster, but you know, get a little bit of drama in here at the very end, right? Oh my god, how many of them are there? Can't believe we're getting close to having ourselves back to completely fresh in this. Okay, last one. Let's finish this. Having dealt with the bandits, you sit down at the side of the road to catch your breath. However, just a few minutes later, you find yourself really interrupted by a shout coming from another unknown person. So a stocking fellow appears before you, dressed in nothing less than a full plate and a huge 2 ham and blah blah blah. Thank God you're still here. I kind of lost my way in the woods and was afraid I was going to miss you. Hardly my fault, honestly. I'm not even remotely from around here, you see. I'm Leon, from the city of Lyon. We're the company here, me and my brother, getting some stuff done for local landowners. Hasn't much work lately, to be frank, so gotta make some coins on the side, you know? By the way, it's a goddamn scorcher out here today, Christ. You don't have a sip of water, do you, friend? I sure don't, sorry. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yes, the bag. Hand it over. Also, an alchemical thingy. What's its name? Yeah, saffron, right? Need that too, if you don't mind. Perhaps you'd like some florins out of my pocket, too? Well, if you got any, I definitely wouldn't mind grabbing them for myself. In other words, take everything, thanks. Listen, pal, how do we make a deal? Surprisingly enough, instead of turning you down straight away, the man seems to be open to the negotiations, at least to a certain extent. Can we strike a deal, you ask? Well, we most certainly can. Say one little problem. Kind of a tough customer when it comes to negotiations. You see, all you got is a hammer, everything starts looking like a nail, and all I've got is a hammer. The phrase, preceded by a dramatic pause, is too well delivered to be a sudden improvisation. It's obviously was not his first time saying that. Judging by the wide smile on his face, he's very much enjoying it. No deal, then? No. This guy might actually kill us. We might just be dead here. The only thing we have a chance of hitting is his neck. Or rather, getting past his armor on. Shield. No point in bothering with that. Let's play it safe. I hope he tires himself out whiffing. So far, the plan is working. All he has to do is land one hit on us, though, probably, and we'll be done. Let's give it one more turn here. See if he takes another swing at us. Oh, it won't let me do another rest. Okay, fine. Kind of hoping we'd crit there, but probably not worth risking that 55% chance again. Get out of here, Leon from Lyon. Just take most of your stuff here, my man. Oh, a great Warhammer. That's fun. Return to the Chatillon estate. You notice extremely suspicious, and at the same time perplexed glances of some of the doctors who for some reason hang around the gate, and the situation gradually begins to clear up. Your suspicions are reinforced by Cecilia, who, after listening to the story of your adventure with an open mouth, comes to the conclusion that one of her colleagues apparently overheard your conversation and tried to organize the interception of valuable cargo with which you would return. At first, you wanted to perpetuate a reprisal immediately, but Cecilia, with her characteristic composure, stops you, urging you not to spoil relations with Bernard de Chatillon by shedding blood in his house. She also points out that it's hardly possible to figure out which of the snakes organized the ambushes. This, however, seems to be the end of your troubles, since the medicine Cecilia has made with saffron does help to alleviate Henri's suffering a little, much to his father's delight. Hearing all these machinations and watching how Cecilia intently prepares medicines while consulting recipes from time-worn tomes, you feel as though you were transported back to the camp under the walls of Cambrai, to where you first met her. As you enjoy the grace of her movements, you suddenly become acutely aware of how much you have missed her all this time. The irony that, after all this time, you met her again only to sail tomorrow to the distant shores of Outrimmer makes you chuckle. It's time to say goodbye. Cecilia, looking you straight in the eye, makes you promise that you won't just return alive, but return alive to her. Are you kidding me? Didn't even give me a chance to try and heal them, game. So running long, but we're finishing this. I'm done. Buy the canteens. Let's shove those into our pouch. Let's put our armor back on. Although I have no plans to fight again. The trader... Nope, let's go to the trader. Sell this nonsense. Don't have any time left. Alright. It's time to go, Eric. Your journey will not be easy. If you can't do it, then no one can. The fate of my family rests in your hands. May God be with you. You're spending the next few months on the most amazing journey of your life. Leaving the Chatillon estate in June, you arrive in Marseille, from where you sail to Cyprus and safely reach Limassol by mid-July. Thanks to the business connections of the de Chatillon Senior, a long wait on the island is avoided, and you soon board the ship again, where you overcome the last leg of the journey. The first days of August, the African shores, which seemed unattainably distant, finally appear before your eyes. You arrive in Damietta. Damietta is a major port city, serving as the main European bulwark in this part of Outrimmer. Covered from the north by the sea, from the east by lakes, and from the south and west by powerful fortifications, Damietta, seems to be an impregnable citadel, capable of providing Christians with relative security even in this unfriendly land. On the advice of the captain of the ship that brought you here, you begin your stay in Damietta with a visit of respect to the governor of the region, Arnaud de Lusignan. How do you pronounce that? From the moment you meet, the governor immediately makes a good impression on you. After thanking you for the tribute paid to him by this visit, he inquires at length about what brought you to Outrimmer. Without saying too much, you convey in general terms the essence of the task received from Seigneur de Chatillon, and ask the governor for assistance in the search. He does not hesitate to say he is ready to help you, but it will not be easy. Though his office tries to keep a record of all the soldiers who have arrived, this data cannot boast of absolute accuracy, and it would take a lot of time to dig through them as well. You try to come at it from a different angle and ask about Count de Molay, but luck turns away from you here too. The Count and his company, according to the governor, have been on a campaign against El Mansour for almost a month now, and are many leagues from here. Traveling in his footsteps is a dangerous undertaking, especially if you don't have any information about the course of hostilities and the whereabouts of the numerous detachments of Saracens. Not knowing what to do, you ask the governor for assistance in your search, offering your help in any matter in exchange. The mention of your rich combat experience, as well as the fact that you arrived in Damietta at the head of a detachment, impresses the governor, and he agrees to your proposal. The plan proposes as follows. First thing he would have you do is have his men go through the arrival list to see if Ronaldo even made it. As soon as his name is found, it will be possible to receive further. As for you, you and your men at this time will help to maintain order in the vicinity of Damietta. You won't sit idle, as just this morning, news came of the capture of the Tharasker by the Saracens, an important staging post south of the city, which provides Damietta with maritime communications with central and southern Egypt. Since the governor's own troops are engaged in heavy fighting with the rebels to the west, it is just that you be temporarily entrusted with the responsibility of protecting the city from the south. You can't say the governor's plan really inspires you, but the very fact that he is ready to assist you in your search provides strong hope for the success of your search, and you agree. After shaking hands, you promise to report to the governor as soon as Farasura is safe again. Leaving the governor's residence through the courtyard, you meet a richly dressed young lady strolling through the garden. I'm not going to talk to her, because I don't care. So, now what we want to do is waste all of our time here as well. Doing nothing. Disturbing rumors are reaching Damietta about a significantly increased pirate threat in the Mediterranean. Captain of the ship, who, under an agreement with Bernard de Chatillon, was supposed to transport you back to Europe, and who has even received money for this, as the price has now increased. In order to sail home, you have to pay him 1,000 florins. Otherwise, he'll unilaterally consider the agreement terminated. That's why we need the money. We're going to just run out of time, or we're going to just go home and leave. We're just going to say Eric is done. He knows when to fold him. The mission was impossible. He's decided to... He's killed enough in his life as it is. It's time to retire. That's what we're doing. I realize that might feel like not the best ending for this, but if you are interested in seeing more, the game's not too expensive and goes on sale fairly frequently. And given the likely unsatisfying nature of the ending we're about to get, I probably wouldn't go out of my way to get this one on my own time anyway. So I'm curious to see what it's going to say. Alright. You lose the trail of Renaud de Chatillon in the endless expanse of Outrunner. You resign yourself to the fact that you won't be able to find him. Go home. Considering your mission completed, you set off on your return journey, preparing to cross half the world again on your way home. Somewhere here, during this journey, your trail is lost. Whether your ship was swallowed up in the depths of the sea, whether you died at the hands of numerous pirates roaming the Mediterranean Sea, or fell victim to God knows what else is unknown. The only thing that is known is that Bernard de Chatillon never saw you return back to him. How did you meet your end? No one knows. Many of those who knew you will remember you for a long time. In the taverns of Cambrai, in the outskirts of Rennes, and the narrow streets of Damietta, your name will be heard from time to time. You'll be remembered with love and hatred, with respect and disdain. Your name will be intimidating and inspiring. The merciless time will not be kind to you, and just one generation later, you'll already be forgotten. As many other heroes of the past were forgotten, and many of those who will come after you will be forgotten too. For that is how the world is. Ending 3 of 39. We have killed, frankly, an insane number of people for a single man. And that will get us even more points for the next time I play this game. Let's speed this up because it'll take all day if I let it. There we go. And that is the end of Eric's journey. Lost to time, retired. You can come up with your own ending. Feel free to post it in the comments if you want to. I'll probably read them. But, finally, this has come to an end. Next time we'll come back with something new. Have a good one, guys, and later.